Hi butterflies, what's up and welcome back to another video. I hope you all had a very merry, happy holidays. I know I did. I enjoyed the 2 weeks off that I got. Anyway, so now we're back. Today we are going to be building two opposite tiny loft houses. That's a mouthful. So basically, let me explain. So I love to build tiny houses, and loft houses specifically are kind of my strength. I did one a couple months ago that I just absolutely loved. It turned out so cute and like, oh my god, it turned out amazing. So I decided, you know what? Why don't we build this two like loft houses just separate? And before you ask, no, this is not an original idea. I am not the first simmer to ever do this, and I will certainly not be the last. So, anyway, so one house is very pink and pastel, and it's a whole lot of pink. And then the other is very dark and gothic and like, yeah. So, I started with the pink house, if you can't already tell. Um, and I just kind of started figuring things out. I feel like tiny houses are kind of my strength as a builder because there's so much less space to fill, and it's just like there's so much easier to deal with. Um, anyway, so I'm sorry I don't have the shell recording to this video of me like actually building the shell of this house. The footage was acting kind of wonky. And if I put that piece of the footage in, this video would be 50 minutes long, and I am not about to talk for more than 45 minutes. I honestly can't. Anyway, so here we are. We're starting with the pink house. And I started with the pink house also because pink is a lot narrower, especially in like build and buy. Are a lot less pink items to choose from than there are black items. Which is why I went with pink. Um, and let's just talk about the uh, search color filters real quick. Um, Number one, there is no magenta thing. So they technically count like magenta and like dark pink, which was very, very annoying because I was trying to go for like pastel lighty pink, and I had to search through all of the magenta items and to find the stuff that I wanted to find. And then also, a lot of the times, especially with like paintings and stuff, the item itself isn't pink. The frame or like a detail on the item is pink, but not the actual item. And it's one of my biggest pet peeves because, like, so when you go to look at paintings, there's only two real pink paintings. Other than that, there's like none. um, the rest are in like pink frames. Like it was annoying. Anyway, so this is also another wonderful invention of mine. I decided that I was going to use these banners from City Living. I don't know why I decided to do it. I just decided to do it. And they look like super, super cute. I think it adds so much to the porch, especially on the pink side. Just like very, like it fits the aesthetic. I am a little bit mad about the poles. I wish that the poles were white to fit with everything, but they're not, and it's bothering me. But yeah, so also this pole that I'm fixing right now is gonna clip a little bit into the house. I swear, I tried everything. I worked on it for like 10 minutes and I could not figure it out for the life of me. So you'll have to bear with me for that. But yeah, so in that area kind of serves as the porch and it looks super, super cool. If you want to go to my Instagram, you can go see the screenshots and I take a detailed picture of this. But yeah, so basically when I was building this house, the inspiration was like This is gonna sound really, really stupid, but has anybody seen that old children's movie called Romeo and Juliet? It was one of my favorite movies as a kid, and I think it's funny how they live in a duplex and the man gets one side and the wife gets the other. It's so weird, and so that's what I was kind of imagining when I was building this house. Um, that's kind of the inspiration. I know it sounds stupid, but that was the inspiration. And how like one has the completely red garden and the other one has the completely blue garden. It's the stupidest inspiration I think I've ever had as a builder, but it works, so I'm not really complaining. Also, this the lighting on this lot is horrible. Oh my god. Um, why did I decide to build here? I don't know. I'm kind of regretting it. Also, let's talk about the mailboxes real quick. So the only pink and black mailboxes they had were like season themed. So like the pink one is very Valentine-y themes, and then you'll see the black one when I start working on the Gothic house. How it's very Halloween themed. So I'm sorry about that, but I really wanted a black mailbox and they didn't have it. I should have just used the Willow Creek mailbox, or not the Willow Creek, the Oasis Springs mailbox, but I didn't because I'm an idiot. What else is new? Anywho, so I think we're gonna go ahead and start on the inside in just a moment. Um, I really tried to go for like an elegance sort of thing. Um, Also, can we talk about another thing with the color filters is one of my biggest complaints is if that you like use the dropper tool and have to get the same like flooring or whatever, it completely resets your filter, which is why you'll see me go into that panel at least like 400 times because it's so annoying. Also, yes, there are magenta curtains because they were the only curtains that fit correctly. Like they were the only ones that were pink and actually fit the aesthetic I was going for. So you know what? There's magenta curtains. Does it bother the heck out of me? Yes it does. But there's not one thing I can do about it. Alright, and so now we're gonna start working on the bathroom. The bathroom is tiny, of course. I forgot I put the ladder. That's also one of my biggest complaints about the color filters is like, so if you put it down and you go into the wall section, it's not going to count the wall, as the thing at all. Like, you can't build walls while you have the color filter on, which is very, very annoying and I hate it, but, you have to, like, unselect the color filter, build whatever room you need, and then rebuild. Like, yeah, anyway, so these loft houses, again, are inspired by a build I did a while ago. Yeah, so it was actually one of my very, very first speed builds I did. I will link it down in the description below. But yeah, so they have the same floor plan, which I know sounds weird, but it's not. Um, they have the same floor plans. One has the bathroom on the left side, and then the ladder on the right. The other one has the bathroom on the right and the ladder on the left. So they're just the same floor plans. They're just flipped. Also, can we talk about how I was imagining these people having pets, but I put ladders in a build? I should have just put a staircase. If you don't know, pets in The Sims 4 cannot go up ladders, which is like one of my basically they can't go up ladders and it's so annoying. I built this magical tree house the other day inspired by like Halloweeny and everything. Or it wasn't the other day, it was actually a couple months ago. And I thought like cats could climb up ladders or like the sim could carry the cat up the ladder, but apparently it doesn't work that way. So I had to basically remake my build to accommodate the cat who can't walk up the ladder. It was so annoying. But yeah, so I try to imagine like this, that one owner has a cat, the other one has a dog. Um, yeah, so also, um, I think it's just me, but when I was building this, how do I explain this? I think the black house is bigger than the pink house, which is just weird because the pink house was literally an exact copy of the black house, just on a different diagonal. That was also a huge challenge for me when I was building this, is getting everything stuck on, like trying to do stuff on the diagonal of the, oh my god, it was so annoying. Also, before you ask, no, I did not put a full kitchen in this build, okay? I know I have been tempted. If you've been watching me for a long time, you know that I love to put full kitchens in my build. I did not have the time or the space to do it. I didn't even put cabinets in because I could only put 2 cabinets on the wall and it was bothering me so much. So, yeah. But, it was, yeah, this build challenged me in ways forgot I could be challenged because, yeah. Anyway, so I try to go for a very, like, elegant vibe. In kind of both of the houses, I got to use a lot of items from Get Famous, which I love Get Famous. It's one of my favorite packs. Um, I feel like the items are a little out of place unless you're building like a luxury house. It's like with the cats and dogs build and buy mode, like they're very out of place. Also, yes, this house has the most expensive appliances ever because your girl could not find a fridge, an oven that was pink and was not $5,000. And I could have used a regular oven, but I decided not to because I'm crazy. But yeah, so anyway, so I think now we're gonna go up to the second floor. I did end up doing something with that corner, which you'll see in a sec. Oh, and look, there's the little branch of the banner hanging out. Oh my god. Um, Anyway, so now I'm deciding to floor. I forgot to mention that I decided to do white accents in this house because white was the easiest color and it looks good with the aesthetics. So I'm not really complaining. Plus, I didn't really want a pink floor. I figured like the pink floor would just like destroy it. So, um, like, what is too much pink? That was the question I was asking myself. Anyway, so we have a cat bowl, and now we're gonna start on the bedroom area. As I said before, this house is heavily inspired by my other loft houses. Of course, having the actual loft. The only difference is these are a lot smaller and there's a lot less room to work with. Now, before you ask me, no, I don't think this lot will count as a tiny house because, I have 2 houses that are the exact same size. If I only had one, it could probably count, but I don't. I have 2. So just bear with me there. But it's still this would be a really really fun build, I feel like, to play in. And I tried to keep kind of the same vibe also. Um and yes, I did have to use a nightstand that doesn't really fit with anything because your girl couldn't find one that fit that was pink. I should have went back and got a white one, but I couldn't find one. Alright, so now we get into the paintings debate. As I mentioned before, there's only like 2 paintings that are actually pink. And it's a little bit annoying. I will say it is a little bit annoying. Also, I'm not sure what I was thinking when I put the TV over here. Who has space to put a TV over there? I don't know. I don't know how your sons would watch it. They would probably watch it from the bar. I don't know. But there's only 2 pink paintings, and the rest are just either have a pink frame or a pink accent. Like, it's very, very annoying. And it bothers me a lot. So, yeah. So I put the 2 paintings that I could down. And before you start getting on my case about that picture, I think that screams this aesthetic, the elegancy of this, like, pink house, which is why I kept it. It was like literally the only painting. I never get to use that painting. And so I decided to put it in the house. It's pink, so it works. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much the pink house. I think we're gonna go start moving on to the outside area. I'm very proud of myself for figuring out how to do this on the diagonal. That's also why you see the ladder, which is covered up by a chandelier right now, is in a weird spot, is because the houses were on two diagonals, and it was very, very annoying. But they turned out very, very good. Also, I had trouble with these things keeping up outside. Yeah. I had to correct some things I shouldn't have to correct, but I did it anyway, because, you gotta do what you gotta do. But yeah, so I did put these pink, like, awnings outside of the house because I thought they were cute. I just liked them, and I thought they fit the aesthetic very well. I don't know why I decided to do them, but I just did. But yeah, I love this outdoor area that you'll see me start working on. I think it turned out super, super cute. And you'll notice about both of the outdoor areas that I decided try to use both of the houses. Like, kind of, that came out wrong. Sorry. I'm not used to talking for 16 minutes straight, okay? But I try to put different things in each areas. One has flowers, the other one has bees. And as I said before, the other outdoor area is bigger, which I don't even know how happened. I tried to copy as much as I could over it, but it did not work. Also, one of my biggest complaints is I can't build on the front side of, like, the last tile of the grid, which makes it very, very annoying because I had my things placed all the way out there, but the fence can't go all the way out there. So I had to adjust all of these poles. And then, you'll see I'm going to start working on it. Also, these tiles look pink with the horrible lighting on this lot. They're not pink, they're white. And you'll see I'm gonna start. I think that flower arranging bench is so cute and pink. It just, like, it ties the whole thing together. Oh my god. And then, of course, I had to put a pink hot tub, even though it has no correlation with the house, makes no sense to be there. I feel like it needed to be there, so I put it there. But yeah, I think the pink house, especially this outdoor area on the pink house, might be my favorite part of this build. The pink house just turned out way above my expectations. I was not expecting it to look that good with the space I was working with. But it turned out really, really well. And so I'm not really complaining. I loved it. I think it looks so good. But yeah, so I'm going to finish out this area right here. And then we're going to move on to the Black Gothic house. Now, this one was a little bit more challenging, and you'll see in a minute what I mean when I say that it's very hard because with pink items, as you can see in this house, there's only so many of them. But with the filter black, there are so many more options. And so many things that didn't fit the way I wanted them to. But as I said before, I feel like this house has a little bit more space, which is not something that's supposed to happen. So, as I said before, the shells are literally the same. Like, I don't get it. Maybe it's my own mind playing tricks on me. But yeah, so you'll see us start working on the outdoor area. And I tried to find a trash can for the pink house, like an outdoor trash can for the pink house. Spoiler alert, I could not find one. So I did put a trash can in the build. I put it there, and I didn't even put a trash can in the black build, which it doesn't, Anyway, I built this house straight through. Like, I didn't even get up for water. I built and built and built and built. And then I had to step away and stop for a minute because it was a lot of building. Anyway, so I used these giant season windows, which I totally regret. I tried to find big windows that match, like with shutters that would kind of match the other house, but I couldn't find any, and I was just too lazy to look. Yeah. Anyway, so you're gonna see me use a different kind of flag for, like, a different banner for this porch. And keep in mind, with the other one, I had kind of a little bit of room to deal with. As you can see, I had to go back over and check because I wasn't sure how to do this, and I still screwed it up. Yeah, so as I said before, I think this porch is bigger, and I didn't even want it to clip, so I didn't even put a thing there, which just, like, I'm thinking back, like, what was I thinking? Why didn't I put it there to make it match the other house? I don't know. Anywho, I had to look at the pink house multiple times because I was trying to figure out, and then of course I decided to combine that pillar into this pillar because I did it with this side of the house. So, but yeah, so the black house is very interesting. It has a whole bunch of mix of styles. Also, can we talk about the fences? I don't even know. I ended up hating this fence and deciding to change it, and then I totally forgot that, like, I couldn't build on the very, very first line of tiles. So I had to go back and readjust, which is, oh my god. Like, I don't know. It turns out good in the end. It looks way better in the end. I'm just like, I'm laughing at my own build mistakes because I didn't even realize I did this, even though I had learned my example. I don't know. Anyway, these two houses took me around, I think, 2 to 3 hours to build. It was no easy task, but I think I did pretty good. Also, I forgot, did I use bricks on this house? I think I used bricks on this house. As I said before, I basically built both of these houses in a straightaway, and just didn't look back. But yeah, oh yeah, I ended up using that, is that kid famous? I don't know. But yeah, so these houses are just interesting. I feel like they tell a story on their own, which is always good because with your builds, I feel like it's important to have a story. Addition to the Romeo and Juliet reference that I bet no one remembers and hopes that they forget because it's a very, very bad reference. My inspiration for this house, I had a story in mind. Basically, the landlord screwed up and told both of these people that they could have this plot of land. I'm not even sure. Landlord? Are they called landlords? I don't know. Don't expect me to know. But basically he lied. And so now there's two people living on this plot of land and they hate each other because they have totally different aesthetics. And the thing is, they can't get out of their lease because it doesn't, like, they have to wait like a year or two before the landlord will let them release their lease. That sounded weird. And so basically they built 2 houses next to each other, and I was thinking, like, despising neighbors. Like, literally, these houses couldn't be more different from each other. And they look amazing. So, also, can we talk about gates and black, like, hangings? I tried to find something that would look good with these season windows, and I could not find anything, so the windows are bare. I'm sorry. And of course, I just want to mention, if you don't want to play with one of these houses, you can always demolish it and play with one. Like, it's not a big deal. I just thought it would be cool to play with two different ends of the spectrum on one plot and see if I could get away with it. I did get away with it. Um, I think both of the houses turned out really, really cute. So now we're gonna go ahead and go on to the inside. As I said before, these are basically the same houses. They just have opposite floor plans. So this one has a bathroom on the right side instead of the left side. And the ladder, of course, is on a diagonal and it's facing outward instead of facing inward. So, I feel like these houses would be really cool. Also, can we talk about black gates in The Sims real quick? Like, literally the only good black gates there are huge ones. Or, like, the Island Living. And I couldn't find one that I liked. So I ended up using the Realm of Magic one because it was the only one that sort of fit. And it had a silver swatch instead of being silver and purple. I can make it, not silver and purple, black and purple. I can make it silver and purple. So that's what I got. Anyway, so we're moving on to the bathroom, and I just want to say I didn't put a dog bowl in the kitchen like I did with the other house, but after I stopped recording, I remembered, and then I put it in there. So if you get this plot from the gallery, which it will be on the gallery by this time this video goes up, you can go download it at Butterfly Sims YT, I think. I'll link my page down below. It should be, if it's not on my Linkly, it'll be in my description box. But anyway, so basically, I put the dog bowl in there after I stopped recording, so it is in there. You just won't see it. Also, I forgot to mention that the gallery picture will only show one side of the house. I built on the 30 side instead of the 20 side, so it only shows the black house, which is kind of annoying. But if you looked at the other pictures, you should be able to see the pink house. Anyway, so as you can see, now I'm going to start on the kitchen. I had the same problem before with the other house that I had with this house. I could not put cabinets, so there are no cabinets. As you can see, there's a lot more options for black counters and countertops than over the pink house where I had to use white because it was literally the only option that fit. And as I said before, this house seems a little bit bigger. I think it's maybe because I made the bathroom smaller. I don't know what it is, but it just seems bigger and it's bothering me. Also, I didn't like the cabinets originally, but then I decided to keep them. I also had trouble with the front door and picking and telling it like where it was supposed to go. And yes, I put black cabinets on a black wall. What was I thinking? I don't know. Anyway, so I didn't even decide to do cabinets because actually maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I don't remember. I thought I took them out because they didn't look good. But maybe I kept them. Don't expect me to remember. Another complaint of mine is like a lot of the black lights will not be black. Like they ring darker light than other colors, which I get is realistic in real life, but it was very, very annoying, especially in this build where I was trying to get as much light as possible in the build and still fit the aesthetic, and it, anyway. So I basically decided to put, as I said before, this house seems bigger than the other one. I think it's because I made the bathroom smaller. But anyway, so basically this house has room for a fireplace and a TV and a couch, which if you've been watching, you saw that the other house only has the TV. It doesn't even have room for a fireplace. I think it's because I also didn't build out a bar on this house. I don't know. Anyway, so, yes, I put a candle. Oh, that's what I did with the door. I was trying to remember what I did with the door because it was going to be right in the way of the couch, but then I remember I deleted the counter. But yeah, there's much more space in this house, and it's much more roomy and nice, and there's a lot more space. And see, the difference is with this house is there is more options too, which if you know me, I second guess everything, especially in my Sims builds. I am so bad about it. I second guess everything. It's one of my worst traits, and that's why the black house is a little bit all over the place. I feel like the pink house is where my strong suit is. Not that I hate black. I actually hate pink more, especially since like its association with girly girl, and all kinds of stuff. Also, this house is very different also because things are placed on corners. The desk is placed on a corner. The bed itself is placed against like a corner, compared to the pink house where I just put it against the wall. I also decided to go for more gothic Victorian, which is why you'll see I put a chandelier in the bedroom. That's also, I need to figure out how to light things without having to put them on the ceiling. I normally put lights on the ceiling because it's the easiest way, and you can basically find one for any kind of style of house you're building. But with these loft houses, half of your house is unexposed. So it's kind of hard to put things on the ceiling when there's nothing there. Like there's no ceiling to hang from. Um, Also, this house does have modern curtains. I don't know why I did that. Don't expect me to know. Um, and then I did put a balcony out over here. Because, yeah. And then I got to use the Spirit's desk. If you don't know what the Spirit desk is, it's this desk from Realm of Magic that is very Victorian looking and magic looking, which is why if you watch any of my vampire builds, I always, always, always use that desk. It is like, I always use that desk. Also, this house, as I said before, seems to have more room, which, like, I didn't even have room. If this was the pink house, I would have more room to put stuff in. But the problem with the pink house is there's, like, not any room. And so, the houses are a little bit uneven, but I'm not really complaining because they turned out good. So, oh, and here I'm gonna put a ceiling light on none other than the ceiling. Anyway, so if y'all want to leave suggestions in the comments down below for your ideas about these loft houses, I love to build loft houses. I don't get to build them that often because I've been working on my save file. But I love to build them. So if y'all want to leave suggestions in the comments down below of different builds you want to see, certain styles, loft houses you want to see in certain styles, just leave a comment down below telling me, or just regular build ideas, honestly, would be just fine. But yeah, so I love to build them, and I would think it would be funny if I did a series of these loft houses in all different kinds of styles and all different kinds of colors. So if y'all want to see anything like that, please comment down below. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the outside. As I said before, I tried to give these patios different things. So one has a bubbler, which I never use the bubbler. I don't even know if I've ever had a sim try a bubbler. No, I take that back. I had a college sim who tried the bubbler, and I don't even remember my reaction about it. I don't even know. I never use a bubbler. I half the time forget it's there, so y'all have to forgive me. And then, of course, I tried to keep the floor plan a little bit shaken up. While the pink house has the table in the back. This one has it out front. This one has bees. The other one has flowers, of course. And then, yes, I put a hot tub in both of them. Do not judge me. I don't even use a hot tub in most of my builds. So, yeah. Anyway, so here's when I got the brilliant idea. Again, inspired by Romeo and Juliet. I don't even know why I decided to do this. But you'll see in just a sec the middle ground that is kept in the middle of the houses. I decided to build a path, like a neutral path. It's not white, it's not dark, it's just, I think it's like half gray. Um, and show a meeting point in between the two houses and move the mailboxes there. Again, very like, I don't even know why I decided. I think it looks amazing. So, then I tried to find if there was any place for like flat shrubbery or stuff. There wasn't. So, as I said before, very neutral color over there. It doesn't make any sense, but it makes perfect sense. And then I decided to take the trees out. I don't even know why I just said put trees. It just seemed like a good idea at the time. And then of course I'm gonna add terrain paint around the end of around the house because terrain paint makes it look like it's on a foundation or something. It makes it look better. Um, but yeah, so that's basically the house. Um, I feel like it turned out really well. I got to challenge myself as a builder. Don't think I've ever built a house on a diagonal before, and it's very very annoying, but it's worth it when they look this good. So anyway, that's pretty much it. You'll just see me put a light array of terrain paint around, and that's pretty much the build. So, again, this house will be on the gallery if you want to go download it. As I said before, my gallery website will either be in my linkly or in the description below, or if you are in game, you can always just search butterfly sims _YT and I will pop up. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Make sure to go check out my linkly. I have a Discord server, I have Twitter, I have an Instagram where the screenshots of this build will be posted. If you want to go check out there. And yeah, so thank you all so much for watching. I will see y'all next time. Bye.